What shall I even muse about today? It's been something of a while since I've done this, but hey, my year, my own terms. Who says I have to be consistent with doing a musing every single day? That being said, I do try to maintain consistency where I do find it to be beneficial. Sure, in 9 cases out of 10 I'd say consistency is beneficial. And the funny thing is, right now I find myself in an interesting spot because things seem to be on the uptick. But as I mentioned in a previous musing, life is comprised of both ups and downs. It's comprised of both light and shadow. I think the key is to really embrace that fact. In fact, one of my teachers of recent did mention this, that life in a way can be a perpetual struggle, or shall we say that it will always have challenges, but whether you translate that as life is full of suffering, well, that's your translation of the events. That's you assigning a meaning to it. We've all gone through challenges. Some of us are going through challenges at the moment, and challenges, I guess, are the name of the game when it comes to this complex thing called life. Once upon a time, we didn't even know how to walk, to take a very simple example. And of course, I suppose that many of us, or the majority of us, don't remember overcoming that challenge, but it's safe to say, I think, that there was a really triumphant moment, and walking is something that the majority of us do on practically a daily basis. Maybe not enough, but it is an invaluable life skill, there's no doubt about that. And as we grow older, we see the need to develop new skills, to develop new, shall we say, habits, and perhaps fine-tune things that we didn't think through before in our childhood, things that we had previously taken for granted. It's all amazing how it's just a journey of learning as you go. It's a journey of, in some cases, faking it till you make it, and really paving your own path. And that's why I really want to grow into my identity as an icebreaker. Because in some things I do have a blueprint, and sure, I'll chart those waters, but there are plenty of other places where it's absolutely uncharted territory for me. So I really, really, really want to be the first, or at least someone who is amongst the first people to chart that course and chart those territories. And I know it's not going to be the easiest thing in the world, but I guess looking back from the time that I started this podcast, which is Mos Muses in particular, and in retrospect, looking back to almost 2 years ago when I started The Scholar and The Student, which was my first foray into the world of podcasting, content creation, becoming a YouTuber, whatever you want to call it, and it's paying off dividends. One of my videos is really close to 1,000 views, and I know there are some big shot creators out there who are going to listen to that and say, just 1,000. And hey, we all start off somewhere. There are plenty of things I could have been doing, but I just choose to do what I like instead. And like I said, my year, my own terms. So why not expand that into every facet of life? Make it something even grander. My life, my own terms. Why do I have to do what everyone else is doing? Let me live my life my way and do the things I enjoy. And if along the way someone gets inspired, I have faith that at least 1 or 2 people are going to be inspired by it, then they are all the more welcome, and the more the merrier. Is this amusing or a rambling? I don't even know. It's good to let these thoughts flow sometimes. And it's amazing that it's a gloomy day today, but still, I find it quite beautiful, and I'm grateful that I got to do this musing and come back to my usual spot. I shouldn't rely on this place as too much of a handicap, but it's got its pros, it's got its beauty, it's got its virtues, and it does just ground me back to reality, yet at the same time it plunges me forward into a future that I wish to create for myself. Patience. I guess patience is the name of this game. Patience is key, I suppose. And patience in the sense that sometimes, yes, you gotta plan ahead, you gotta look forward, but once you have a direction, once you know that the icebreaker is on that course, you don't need to be staring forward 24/7. Then there are days you just need to just stop looking at the vast expanse of sea in front of you and take time to enjoy the clouds as they pass by. Take time to immerse yourself in scrubbing the decks and not pay it much heed. And in no time at all, one of my teachers, high school teachers, once told me when I was consulting with him about moving back to the city of my birth for work experience, he said something very profound, and it's amazing that it kind of has happened. You know, he said, stay there for at least 2 years and then you can come back home to where you belong and where we will bring you away. We will accept you with open arms. It's been 2 years almost exactly since I heard him make that statement, because that was the Eid after Ramadan in 2020, first year of the pandemic, and Ramadan 2022 is almost upon us. So 2 years really have flown by, and well, it hasn't been 2 years of work experience for me, but definitely that mark is gonna come up so quickly. Already I've spent so much time at work at a place that is, I believe, the best fit for me, and I enjoy what I do, as tiring and as conspicuous as it can get sometimes, tedious as it can get sometimes. I still really enjoy it. The skills that I've picked up, the connections that I've made, the organizations that I have had access to and joined, and how they also open up so many doors to moving forward into a future that is a lot brighter, and Allahu Akbar. I know I don't like getting too sobby and preachy, but there are times when I just look back, I look forward, I look all around me, I look at where I am today, and I just have to praise my Lord. So surely, truly, if miracle has a definition, then this is it. And it's amazing how a little bit of patience and a little bit of sometimes taking your eyes off the horizon and bringing it back to just what is in front of you, just for a little while, allowing that to accrue, allowing that to add up, and in no time you've crossed a gulf. Amazing. Amazing. Truly amazing. But yeah, until next time, you all stay safe. Remember to sow the seeds of patience. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.